I was in the shower thinking, like the shower is my second meditation during the day. And I was thinking about like what or who I am. And I already have a belief about that. And doing the meditation in the morning and also throughout the day also sustains that belief. And it is that we are all, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I actually have no idea, but we are consciousness. I am consciousness because this, I've never really, like, the first time I heard about it, I don't remember if I thought it was bullshit or if I thought it was true, but I think I probably thought it was true because I'm very open minded to that. Like, all that's woo woo and kind of like consciousness, spirituality, I accept it really easily because to me it kind of feels true. I don't know why. Some people need a lot of convincing, and I mean, you don't need to believe in that at all. And I feel like there is no time. Time doesn't exist, and there's no space either. There's just like this, like perception of stuff at every moment. And it's kind of a paradox, but so what I believe is we are consciousness of what's actually happening. Because when you think of it, like when you touch your two fingers like this, like there's something that feels. And I think people believe that what feels is you, like your persona, who you are. So Jack or something is feeling this like in his brain. And I don't know, like when I do this, I'm like, there's something that feels that. And this thing that feels, which isn't a thing, it's just like it's undescribable. You cannot describe that, like this entity with words. It's not an entity either. It doesn't, like, it's almost, it doesn't exist. And well, that for me is who I am, because everything that I perceive, I can kind of like take it and then get back to what I'm just talking about: presence, consciousness. There's just something that's conscious of everything, and that's underlying everything. And you can use that like for everything. Everything you see, there's something that sees right now. Every thought you have, there's something that perceives that thought. And all the, like, the texture and all, there's like a knower of, or an observer of this texture. And if it wasn't there, you wouldn't, like, it's kind of like nothing would exist. So I don't know if that makes sense. It's just like kind of like for me that I'm doing that because that's what I believe. And I also never talk about it. Like, it's not like I would like talk about that with my parents, or I maybe talk about that with a few friends, but that's it. And mostly, yeah, like I don't know anyone who believes in this also. And it's not just a belief, like I really feel this is true. So I'm not just like talking about some fancy stuff that's like, yeah. And so what I want to say also is when you concentrate a little bit more on this, and also when you meditate more, you feel like you are the perceiver of everything. And at what you're perceiving right now, so this human seeing the sky, the earth, like the ground, the people talking, all of a sudden this seems all so fucking random. It feels so random because we're all used to this. Like, yes, you're a human, you can move, you can eat, you can shit, it's normal. You talk to other people, it's all normal. But when you really think about it, when you look at your body with this perspective, not just the normal perspective, otherwise you'd be, well, yes, I have always been like this since I was born. What's the scoop? Um, and you're like, I was looking at my feet in the shower, and I was like at my hands, and I was like thinking, this is so random. Like, I've got skin, skeleton, like stuff in it that I haven't ever seen in my body. And I'm just like walking, and there's like this gravity that drags everything down, and I'm living in this cube where I'm staying all the time, and I'm communicating by like vibrating something in my throat, and it goes through the air, and it vibrates something like the vibration goes into the ear of someone, something like moves, and then like their mind just like translates it into something that they can understand. It's also random. It's like it's one possibility of just creation. And the funny thing is we perceive it as being normal, but it's just like it's kind of awesome actually, because it's so, when you think about it, it's crazy. We're living on a round thing in space, like an Earth, and it's just it's doing like this, and there are others, and yeah, I don't know. It's just when so the reason I'm bringing this up is not to fuck with your mind, but when you see life through this perspective, you can go out of a bad mood more easily, because you actually recognize how awesome things actually are. Like everything is so funny. You're eating and shitting, and that's what you're doing, and you get paid. So you go to work and you get paid in order to continue to do that, to stay alive. Like, I don't know. I find this completely. It's almost like it's how do you call that? A masquerade. You know, it's all set up, and you're here. You're playing that funny part, and you're taking it so seriously. And so I'm talking about myself, by the way, but yeah. So that's it. That's who we are. We're consciousness. We're not humans in a physical world. I don't believe that 1 minute. Like, it makes no sense. Thanks for listening.